Let's play. Oh my god, this is a cute game. Hello. Alright. So we were working on Goody Boo. Hey Snoots, fancy seeing you here. Really? But this is my spot, human. I'm often to be found here. Let it go because I'm so excited about what I've brought. Pick a hand. I hold out my fist in front of Snooty Booty. Oh, a game! How merry. She stretches out her paw in the direction of my left hand. Ta-da! I reveal a piece of coarse stone that I cut up in the lab. Oh, what a lovely rock you have there. The coarse stone. I thought it could work well as a nail file. What a clever thing you are. And that's not even the best bit. Look! He opens the other fist to reveal my fantastic find. Oh my! What is that thing? It's nail polish! I found it in the lab. I have no idea who it belonged to. To be honest, I don't like to think much about it, but I figured I could borrow it for one short hour without anybody missing it. And look! And it looks just your color. I squint at the bottom of the bottle. It's called Desire. I raise my eyebrows at this thing. Oh, nail polish, you say? Show me, human. He suddenly seems more interested. I thought I could try giving you a salon-styled manicure, befitting a lady. Most sweet of you. Now, shall we sort the snacks and drinks first? Oh well, I came straight from work, so I really... Oh, never mind. It won't take you more than a moment to fetch a coconut, and then we shall begin. I can't believe I'm actually doing her bidding. You have to hand it to her. An air of entitlement certainly gets her what she wants. I'm back quickly and out of breath within minutes when we settle into our session. Tell me if this feels all uncomfortable, Snoots. I've never done this before, so guidance would be most helpful. It's surprisingly satisfying. I'd see why the other cats might engage in their process, scratching at trees and rocks. I thought they were always hunting for termites, like little scavengers. Ha ha ha. Next butt. I had finished her hind legs and I'm on the front paw. The stone works very well. Did I cut it in the lab? I don't believe you did. So how does this nail polish work? Is it like paint? I ignore her rudeness. Exactly. Paint it on and wait for it to dry. I've never painted someone's nails before, so this will be a new experience for both of us. I open the bottle and make the first stroke. Try to keep still as possible. I think you'll find I'm statuesque, my stillness. Your hand is less so. I know, sorry, your nails are just so tiny. I'm trying to color within the lines. What lines? Never mind, it's a human thing. I'm not sure I care for the smell of this nail polish. Really? I quite like it. Reminds me of hair drops. Of what? Oh, sorry. Another human thing. Wow. Look though, your paws look fantastic. The long, chic Italians are glinting shiny red in the sunlight. Oh my, I'm spectacular! She extends her claws momentarily and presses them into my arms. Not enough to puncture the skin, but if I tried to move, it would hurt. For the first time, I appreciate but lethal weapons they could be. Let's keep that in mind. So come on then. I take out my catalog. Come on what? Pose for the camera. Oh my goodness, I haven't realized that this was gonna be a photographic session also. How exciting! Yes, well, I'm going to have to remove that varnish before I go, so I thought it would be a nice view to have a photo. Remove it? The Sphinx cat looks appalled. Whatever for? Snoots, I'm sorry, didn't I say I can't leave it on you permanently? It would impede the natural retraction of your claws. Then I shall leave them extended. You can't do that. Her expression darkened. I beg your pardon. I thought for a moment I heard you tell me what I can't do. Surely I was mistaken. We're gonna compromise. No, Snoots, you heard me perfectly well, but I must insist that you allow me to this. Her forehead wrinkles with a raised eyebrow. I need to tread carefully here. Ask her permission. Please may I remove the varnish now? But simply does not make sense. Why did you do it in the first place? I know how much you enjoy these things, pampering. I thought it would be fun for us to share. You had fun, didn't you? Well, yes, but I certainly wouldn't have I known that you were simply going to do it to taunt me. I wasn't doing it to taunt you, Boo. She seems genuinely upset. I'm sorry. There's a little awkward standoff, her eyeing the rubbing alcohol, me eyeing her claws. I rack my brain way to think to compromise with her. Perhaps if I tried appealing to her sense of style. I wonder if you'd like to try something. I don't know why I do it in the first place, actually. I'm so forgetful sometimes. You're willing to. Well, just before I came to the island, there's a craze sweeping the fashion world. I can tell if I've caught her attention. I read it in Bon Voyage magazine. Go on. The French thing, apparently. Snooty Boo cocks her head to the side. It's called, the Pinky Flick. Flex Rose. She's gone for it. I feel encouraged. I'm thinking on my feet. All the celebrities are doing it. Doing what? Having their pinky nails painted while their other nails are left natural. Just one nail. He looks intrigued. Yes, it really looks so striking and a la mode. Show me. Bullseye. I go to take Snooty's paw in mine, but she snatches it away. No, show me. I pause in certainty in what she means. Then the penny drops. She wants to pick my own nails with... She wants my own pinky nail with desire. Oh, gladly. Suppose I should have expected Snooty Boats to attempt to groom me at some point. Here goes. I swipe some of the bright red polish on my left pinky. What do you think? Looks a la mode? Right? I hold my pinky to the corner of my mouth coyly. Well, I suppose it does look rather fetching. I could deal with you, human. I wear my nails a la mode if you promise to keep yours painted for the rest of your stay here. It's a deal. I doubt that a tiny amount of varnish will cause too much harm. It will come off quite naturally quite soon anyway. Mine, on the other hand, is going to be more permanent. Can't wait to explain this to Professor Paul Purr. You dear, would you? Snooty Booty's in the habit now of holding out my limp manicured paw for me to massage. I resentfully obliged. You know, that reminds me, I have something for you. Something for me? Oh, look at you with your mouth agape. Close it. You'll embarrass us both. I'm sorry, I didn't expect you to think of me when I'm not with you. Ha, you do make me laugh, human. Oh my, are you serious? Well, I'll have you know, I think a great deal. You are my most faithful subject, don't you know? Now, if you want my gift, carry me further down the beach and I'll show you where I hid it. Cradling the hairless cat like a baby, I stroll barefoot along the beach. Snooty Booty directs me with a wave of her paw every now and then. After a while, she loudly commands that I stop and put her down. Yeah. Snooty says, the regular level of enthusiasm, pointing perfectly filed claw at a mound of sand. I buried it. I suppose you want me to dig it up then, eh, Boots? Ha. You always know what to say to make me laugh, human. It's quite a talent, I tell you. With a sigh, I start digging. Thankfully, she didn't bury it too deep. After a few seconds, I find a small object wrapped in a silk scarf. We wouldn't want sand getting to it, would we, dear? Oh my god. Fucking accent changed 3 different times. Snooty Booty says with a small smile. I carefully open the flimsy silk bundle, turning the contents over in my hand. It's a little black tub with a plain label stuck to it that reads Skin Cream P1003. You love it? What is it? Oh dear, can you not read? Yes, it says skin cream. I don't exactly know what that entails. Oh, you see, one massages the skin cream into one's skin. Yes, I understand that, Boots. But whose is this? Where'd you find it? Well, it's yours now, human. I roll my eyes at the further expression of the tub. Very small and plain, with no cosmetic logo or name to be found. I pop open the plastic lid. Sure enough, it's full to the brim with goop. I scoop some out on my index finger and smell it. It smells disgusting, like bin juice or something. Boots, I can't put this on my skin. It attracts all sorts of bugs and wildlife. Oh, come now. We must suffer for our beauty, mustn't we? What's in this stuff, Boots? Where'd you find it? Where'd you get it from? All I ask that you try to put some on your skin and tell me that you don't see instant results. Oh, Snooty, have you been using this stuff? Of course. Without knowing where it came from? I know exactly where it has came from. Well then, won't you please let me on the little secret? Oh, calm down, human. You'll give yourself more than wrinkles. Let's take a moment to ponder. My generosity in giving you a thoughtful gift has developed into your interrogating me into such a brutish manner. Take a deep breath. Snooty Booty, I do apologize and take you sincerely. Of course, I am touched by your generosity and consideration. However, I'm quite concerned for your welfare. Did you take this thing from the lab? No, not at all. Thank goodness. I took from the stockpile behind the lab where the fire pits are. You mean the incinerators? Snooty, did you take this from the toxic waste bin? I have no idea what they're called, but they routinely give forth the most incredible products. Waste is indeed a fitting word. I think you find toxic the objective word in that title, Snoot. The contents of those bins are meant to be burned. There's my phone holder. But why are they burning skin cream? I further scrutinize the tub and conclude that it's really some kind of beauty cream. This makes no sense. Actually, Princess, this is a fantastic present. I'm gonna take it right away now for further examination. Thank you so much for this. Well, finally, a little gratitude. I am very grateful. Well, you can report back to me how splendid you look after a few applications. Oh, I will. One thing though, Snooty, just to be clear. Have you been using this? I have. Please don't throw me in the water again. No problems? As you can see, human, my skin is smooth and clear as porcelain. Yes, so why incinerate it? Speak up, human, you're mumbling. Nothing, Snooty. I just need your word that you will not use any more products that you find near the lab again, okay? Oh, I see your game, human. You want me to be the fairest of them all, eh? No, that's not it. Very well, human. I will go all natural for a while and see how, without even a touch of skin cream, I'm still as radiant as a star. Oh, okay, Snooty. Challenge accepted. Indeed. Recon 16! Yay! I'm worried about the skin cream that Snooty found. I feel a lot better if I took some time to analyze. I could English. How does Snooty keep finding these experimental cosmetics? We're on an island in the middle of nowhere. It makes no sense. This one from the incinerator supplies. I decided to run a test on it. Snooty Booty developed some nasty welts after using this cream. I want to see what it's made from, and I have a feeling it's not something the professor wants me to be poking around in, so I've come to the lab late at night to make sure I don't get any unwanted attention. I'm quickly able to identify the number of common natural skincare ingredients like shea butter and calamine, but there are some components that I can't immediately identify. I checked for cat saliva. Maybe we're looking at the same kind of product that Snooty Booty found washed up on the beach before, but no match. I run the sample through a database of organic compounds to see if there's any other matches. I suspected the team is used some other cat-based ingredients. This time it looks like cat urine is being used. I better not have shared that little discovery with Snooty Booty. I decided to check for any clues that out by the incinerator. Maybe I could find a little more about where these things are coming from. At the back of the tent area are a couple of large pits that are for disposal of harmful waste from the lab. There's nothing incinerating right now, so I can dig around a little in the smoldering ashes. I tentatively move the debris around with a stick. So far it just seems to be soot and cinder. No clue. Suddenly the silence is disrupted by the sound of someone entering the lab. I make myself scarce by crawling around on the far side of a nearby bush. As lucky would have it, I happen to have the end of an ideal vantage point to be able to see in the lab through a gap in the canvas. Two men entered with a large crate. I recognize them as the ferryman and his son. Professor Purpaw is with him. He directs them to place the crate on the worktop. The professor reaches in and brings out a small tub that looks identical to the one that Snooty Booty found. My guess is the next batch is in for testing. The professor stops what he's doing abruptly, looks at the catalog. I presume he's receiving a phone call. He dismisses the two men with a wave of his hand. As soon as they're gone, he turns his attention to the catalog, looks anxious as he speaks. Yes, They've just been delivered. I shall start first thing tomorrow morning. Yes, ma'am. I certainly will, ma'am. With all due respect, I don't understand the urgency, but I'm sure you'll understand the need for thoroughness. I can assure you'll be ready for the deadline. Testing on sample 104 is going to be far more smoothly than 103. Improvements are encouraging. There's a long silence. From the expression on his face, I imagine he's being lectured. Very important to cross-check it with the data here. The island itself has a significant effect on the samples. We still have some tests to do. We're making progress. Of course, I shall let you know right away. Paul ends abruptly. Soon believe Madame cut him off. He looked angrier than I've ever seen him. Marches out of the lab and heads off into a direction of the tent. I sneak away from the bushes and head back to my own tent. I can continue with my own investigation another time. I have to read more. Go on a one. Let's. You had a lovely nap and feeling good about that. Gradually has been restored. Magic! Booty booty. Yeah. The delicacy of a moment, sometimes only matched by the beauty of the moonlight's reflection of the sea. Snooty Booty turns her big, shining silver eyes up to meet mine. Human, I've had a long life, and only the first of 9, don't you know? It has been much the same as far back as my fragile memory reaches. Seeing the moon reflect on the sea would once mean that I had stayed awake too long, that I shall see that the same shade of gray reflecting in the circles under my eyes today. However, seeing how you conducted yourself, human, with the grace of a drunken fruit fly, yet the confidence of a red-bottomed mandrill, has left me quite inspired. You do not care one bit on how you look. I subtly try to comb my hair with my fingers. Snooty Booty turns her attention back to the moon. I have found, since meeting you, that when we care less about one's appearance, one finds the capacity to care more about other things. That's so, Boots. Quite so, human. Indeed, I found it rather freeing to bathe in the salt water. Something which, not long ago, would cause me to turn very gray with anxiety. In the same vein, I feel I am owed some thanks for teaching you a thing or two about proper skincare. Snooty, your demand that I use a night cream caused me to break out in hives. But once they subsided, you were left with a very healthy glow. I sighed. Meg? Yes, Snooty Booty? There's a poem I half remembered. The words become irrelevant, but the sentiment is so enduring that almost enough to cause me to weep at the thought of it. Music is also like that, don't you find? And the smell, all the senses, in fact, are like a pate of that colors our experience and leaves an indelible mark on the soul. That's beautiful. Human, I believe you and I are both Or what? We are artiste appreciation for this big Dulance. Again, what? Really? You tried to keep up. I could tell that I'm somewhat spoiling the mood here, so I keep my mouth shut, tried to look engaged. I have suffered on this godforsaken island for the lack of many things, but nothing has quite matched the pain of feeling alone, not having a companion to share the most delicate sensibilities that life has offered. An alluring scent, a vibrant hue, and a Epicurean light, all the subtle joys that are wasted on our more uncivilized cohabitation. It has been more like air to my suffocation, sharing time with you. Why, Snoods, thank you. I enjoy our time together, too. And so, he plows on as though I am interrupting. Though I am in an interruption. I feel that together you and I might create something rather wonderful. Oh, a masterpiece. Oh, right, a masterpiece. Out of what? Out of us human, a union, joined together at of the souls. I don't know. Marriage of hearts, fine. Are you saying what I think you're saying, Snooty? I'm saying that I'm fond of you, and given enough to give me cause to believe that we might be able to commit to each other time-honored tradition of love. Oh, wow. Yeah, I love you too. Well, I'm amazed that you're saying this is more than what I could have hoped. So it's agreed, human. You shall dote on me as an equal from now on? Absolutely. I'm 100% about doting. Snooty will certainly keep that part of agreement. I'm a little more suspicious around the equal part somehow, but as we sit together admiring the huge orange moon, I feel quite confident that he will learn with time and a patience. Hey, Chief. You have a lovely nap to feel recognized. Alright. Research 6. It's time for some serious testing in the labs. I'm intrigued what the work of the professor has up his sleeve. What? I will watch it later. My stomach is queasy. I really don't want to do this. It's strange. I'm used to treating subjects with medication and injections. Somehow, it doesn't feel right. Hello, you. I smile at the gentle cat on the table in front of me. I look at the syringe in my hand. I turn to Professor. What are we testing for with these meds again? He looks up from his desk. Is there a problem, Spank? I already told you. Supposed to stimulate hair growth. Why do we need to stimulate hair growth? Why indeed, however, ours is not to question why, Smeg. The likes of you and I perform the tests set out by the people who pay our wages. Such is life, eh? Professor returns to his work. I understand. The conversation is over. I look back at the little cat. His name is Smokey. He's a Laokai cat with very short, fine hair. A real sweetie. suppose the professor's right. This is my job. Although I feel terrible, I find ways to ignore all the pang of guilt and inject Smokey with the medication. It squeals, but it's quickly over, and he can return to his... How long does this usually take? The professor looks up, slightly irritated. I don't know, Smeg, but you're being paid to find that out, aren't you, my dear? Oh yes. Meg noted the time and observed the cat. After 5 minutes, there's no noticeable change. 10 minutes, still no change. After half an hour, I think the hairs look a little different, but I suspect my eyes are playing tricks on me. In an hour, all of a sudden, I can see the hair is visibly longer and seems to be continuing to grow. I must say, I'm very impressed and a little confused. I decided to take a tea break. Smokey seems content to nap for a while. Can I get a cup of tea? Can I get you a cup of tea? Oh no, I don't know how you can tolerate that foul stuff they brew up in the mess tent. I have a thermos of coffee here, thank you. Fair enough, I'll be back in a bit. I've only been gone for 10 minutes at most, but as I enter with my mug of tea, I instantly notice the drama taking place in Smokey's cage. I find it hard to stifle a laugh. Oh my goodness, Professor, have you seen this? Professor looks up, exasperated by another interruption, but he notices the cage. Oh dear. Well, just don't stand there. May, get him out. I open the front of the cage and pull out the large hairball that Smokey's turned into. Fur tumbles over my arms, and I am cradled as I cradle the bewildered cat. Well, I never. Very interesting, isn't it, Smeg? Well, I think it's still growing, Professor. I do believe you're right. Perhaps we should consider the clippers. Professor hands me a small set of silver electric clippers. I immediately begin using them on the ever-expanding Smokey. I continue to shave for the next 50 minutes until he seems to run out of fur. My, that's a lot of hair. Both stand staring at the pile of fur at our feet. Keep a small amount for testing, put the rest out back. Mora can dispose of it later. Mora? Miss Marigold. Excellent work today, Meg. Most interesting finding. Thank you, sir. Although the result had nothing to do with me, I left feeling a tad guilty about Smokey's result. Place him back in the cage and check for any signs of trauma. When satisfied he's okay, I awkwardly take my leave. Research 9! Yay! If napping has no effect on the once you complete your research, your time on Cat Island will come. Have you seen everything you want to? Alright. Poor Socks doesn't seem to be getting any better. Time to put my veterinarian in training. Don't worry about Socks. None of his treatments so far to be clearing up his Dream 116 hasn't helped one bit. In fact, my gut feelings tells me it may be the cause of his deterioration. The entire site now is swollen, too sore to touch, even with a soft cotton pad. I decided to ask the professor for his advice. Sorry to disturb you, sir, but I need your advice on it. 10 pics, please. Oh god. I have a picture on my catalog and said, yes, it does look nasty. Have you tried Cream 116? I did. Sight worse, swollen and inflamed. I suggested preserving cream. Cream 116 could take a while, but pay off. I feel doubtful, but I resign myself to Professor already. If unsatisfied, try a steroid formula in the fridge. Red bag. Rummage around the fridge until I find the red bag behind a box of vitamin supplements. Got it. Thank you for your help, sir. Pour the milk into a small bowl. I'm relieved that Doc seems to like it. I sit with him as he laps it up, keep an eye on him for a while. After about an hour, I'm satisfied that he's sleeping happily and all his vital status are normal. Alright, time for cutscene. I come to the forest to gather my thoughts. This morning I noticed another change in appearance. Until now it's been my transition. I just had to keep top moving excess body here, and even of a tear that appeared a few days ago hasn't been a problem. You would see it, but this new development is definitely a turning point. How am I going to explain to the fact that my pupils have turned to vertical splits? I can't risk anyone seeing me like this, so I'm gonna hide out for a while and see what happens. Here, spread it. The shade is perfect. He indicates a small spot in the sand beneath a large palm tree for a midday nap. I begin to spread the old blanket. I've been dragging it behind me. It's the one I've used to head on my bunk when I lived in a tent. My memory beginning to fade around the edges. I still recall how conflicted I felt, though I knew I wanted to be with Snooty, but had a strong urge to keep working on the antidote. Eventually, a decision was made for me. I found it too difficult to remember things in the lab. I kept making mistakes. Then I sort of allowed myself to sink into my transition. It was quite gentle and rewarding, and the reward was worth any problems. Oh, ain't he cute? Yes, this bit of shade is perfect, just like you, but really, Snoot, I don't know why you need this whole thing. The sand is so soft, so warm, and it creeps me out a bit. It reminds me, oh, for goodness sake, Smeg, you've been a cat for 5 minutes and already you know what's best for us. May I remind you that you have fur to protect your skin, but mine is exposed, far more delicate. I suppress a giggle. Yes, of course, my love. You had the skin like a wings of a butterfly, and yes, I have no idea why that amused me. Just so happy. You make me happy. Well, yes. Well, you could make me very happy right now. Name it. There's nothing I wouldn't do for you. You really ought to be more mindful of those brash declarations. I mean, just name it, anything. Well, fortunately, I have a very kind and humble nature, so I shan't take advantage of your simplicity. All I want is that you fan me with a palm leaf. I look around until I find one I can comfortably curl my tail around. This isn't nearly as it used to be, but practice makes perfect, my dear. We settle down in peace and quiet in the afternoon, me gently wafting the palm leaf over snoozing Snoots. How much more blissful could life be? I'm half tempted to warn the new research assistant just to throw in the towel from the start and join us, but I suppose they would have their own adventures. Suppose that they would have their own journeys, and I'm glad that I found mine. Chapter 2! Yay! What shall we call her? It was a long boat journey. My legs a bit wobbly as I make my way up the wooden jetty to meet the security guard who's come to collect me. ID, I manage to roam in my bag until I find the laminated security pass which was issued on the main. Come then, follow me. I have to walk up quite a pace to keep up with him. He's not the social type, so we trekked along in silence until we're camped out the large tent. He's waiting for you in here. There. Glad to have you on board, Lola, just so we can go through through a few formalities, then call it a day so you get some rest before you start work properly tomorrow. Sounds good to me, sir. So first, shall we have a little refreshment? I have water, coffee, or something strong, perhaps? Whiskey? Good alien day, but sure, why not? I'll have a small whiskey. Probably good. I can tell you and I are just gonna get along favorite. Takes a huge gulp from the bottle before passing me. I try not to show my concern, so this right the neck of the sleeve before taking a reluctant sip. Spent the next hour going through my kit, all the typical stuff, apart from my super gadget, called the catalog. It does all sorts of swanky things, even plays music. Need summon local cats, learn how to skin them, which was a lot of fun. And finally, I'm sure it's and stuff for the night. While unpacking, I find something very interesting under my bed. It's personal journal, previous researchers, one before me. To read it, begin to discover there's a lot going on here that I was told about. Hard to believe that stuff is true. Maybe last research prone to flights of fancy. Still, it makes a great bedtime story material. Stay up reading until my eye begins to close. In spite of my best effort, I read to the end, drift off into a deep sleep. For the start, I hear the rustling of papers come from the tennis lab and the cat with something in his mouth. It's the journal! Wait! But it has run off into the night. This cat at full speed into the forest. I must get that book back. Has everything I need to know in it. Start feeling woozy and realize it's too late. I straight into the danger zone. I'm going to be sick. Close my eyes tight and drop to my knees. I open the cat. A calico cat is standing in front of me. It drops the journal from its mouth. I pass out. Hello, can you hear me? Are you okay? Here we go again. Move back a bit, let him breathe. Has it been bitten? Sphinx cat stands over me, staring as I open my eyes. Yes, definitely bitten. Look at his hand. Stand up. I bring my hand to my face. Through blurry vision, I can make out several deep scratches and puncture marks. Cat watches me intently. Is this real? I saw something in the journal about kidnapping. Catnapping, yeah! We're sorry. It was the only way. My head is beginning to clear after realizing talk to these cats not only is it true, but it's already too late. I have the sickness. We need to talk to him, and no we don't. I know what's going on. Got the sickness, why I could hear you. Well done. You really did read it. Most of it, yes. So I wasn't entirely wasting my time. Hang on, you figure it out. Not my problem anymore. The mysterious cat slinks off to the forest area. Don't worry about them. They're a little preoccupied elsewhere. Are you gonna help us or not? Help the kitties. Of course I'm gonna help you. You need my help, and I need yours if we're going to find an antidote. Spoken like a true champion. Well, let's hope the third time's lucky. And I thought the last one got pretty lucky, actually. Fortunately, the last one didn't get very far discovering what happened to our friends. They didn't make the antidote either. I think with the notes I'm building on, going to crack this. Well, I promise to give my best shot at least. Hurrah! Respect! Jolly good show! Catalog starts speaking, but right now I have to go to work. Just about to enter my legitimate work when the catalog beeps, message without any contact information. Loose lips, stink ships. Remember reading something about the message journal, but when I was so sleepy last night, I don't recall what it was. I decided to ignore the mystery messenger for now, or I'll be late for work. Press is already working when I'm arrived. I'm not late, so there's no fuss. I'm getting through the day efficiently as possible. I head back to my tent as soon as my work is done and get a grip and find out all I can as soon as possible. Been asked to help with the loading and unloading of supplies today. Suits me because I've been itching for a chance to talk to the ferryman and his son. Curious to see if they have any useful information that might help me in my quest to find out the real story of the island. The boat only comes once a week and every other weekend. The weekend deliveries are all the good things, food, mail, treats, etc., and the mood's always light-hearted. These midweek trips, on the other hand, are strictly work-related and tend to be fairly early morning, when we're all a bit grumpy, or late at night when we're overtired. Today it's so early that the light is only broken, and Zane and I are waiting on the jetty. We're late. Really? It's only 5 minutes. Bob's never late. Must be quite a long trip then to the mainland. You expect at least 5, maybe 10 minutes. Either way, Bob's never late. Remember, Zane isn't one for chit-chat, so I keep quiet and wait. Thankfully, it isn't long. I could hear the sound of the boat engine before I could see them, since the morning mist hasn't been burned off by the sun yet. Zane straightens up, and suddenly they're here, emerging from the mist like a ghost ship. They've been doing this for so long, it only takes a minute to dock and tie off before we step aboard. Right. Right? Another man of few words. I nod to Bob's son, Joe, and he nods back. Guess we're same age, but he's huge. Oof. Problems? A few extra crates held us up 5 minutes. Okay, me and Bob are gonna do the shifting while you two do the stacking, and until we come back with the outgoing. You stay aboard and sort out the incoming. Got that, Branny? He looks at me. Branny? I'm totally excited that Zane's giving me a nickname. The low crush at the nickname is Brainy. Sure, you bring him, we fling him. I see that I'm only one grinning like a fool. Joe knows what to do, and you do as you're told. He gone before I could say anything else. Joe has already started loading up the dollar with the incoming crates. He's clearly an old hand at this. You look like you've been doing this your whole life. Family business? Move those crates there. They need to go off now. He sidestepped my question, but I'm not sure if it's deliberate, so I tried different. You don't go to college then, Joe? Nope. I'm not getting anywhere with this, so I changed to something a little less personal. Zane says that you never late, which is impressive considering how far you've had to come. This is like pulling teeth. How far is it exactly? Quite far. Oh really? You don't stop anywhere else en route? Are we your only drop-off? And suddenly Joe stops what he's doing, stands toe-to-toe with me, locks eyes to me so I can't look away. You have a lot of questions in you. My suggestion would be to keep him there on the inside. Don't do no good poking your nose into other people's business. I'm shocked by his bluntness. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. I was just trying to make small talk. You live with all them cats. Learn from them. My heart beats fast. I think he's gonna tell me something. What? All the cats know. Curiosity kills them. Starts laughing aloud. I just stand there with my mouth open, not how sure to respond. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? He laughs even harder, and I feel creeped out. I'm really relieved to hear the two older men returning. Everything alright here? They have the crates to be loaded onto the boat. What's up with you, Brainy? You look a little wobble. Not got your sea legs yet? We're playing cat and mouse, Dad. Bob turns around sharply to his son and shuts him up with a look. You don't want to mind him. He doesn't mean no harm. Let's take what he says with a pinch of salt. I see the look pass between him and Zane and get the feeling like there's a lot more going on here than I understand. You need to go back now, Brainy. We could take it from here. I want to ask to stay, but be given another chance. All three men are looking at me. I just turn and slink away. Alright. I've run through the sequence one more time. I know it by heart, but I'm nervous. Been watching long enough to make sure that the routine's just like clockwork. No deviations, well apart from one that I've made and I've made that work for me. So the boat arrives at 1300 hours. Zane's always alone, talks to the older man Bob, who hands over the post, while the younger of the two, Joe, loads up the dollar with boxes of supplies. Zane pulls out the envelopes, never more than 3, into his breast pocket of his jacket. That solves the mystery why he's always overdressed when the boat comes in. Then he wheels the dolly to the mess tent and unloads the food supplies, then to the lab and unloads the medical supplies, and then to the storage hut, where he unloads the remaining packages and leaves the dolly. Next he goes to Professor Popper's tent. Professor's then he hands over 2 of the letters, keeping the 3rd. his puzzler in his jacket pocket. However, the professor isn't in his tent, then makes his way back to his chair on the dock, drapes his jacket over the back of it, and spends the afternoon on his puzzle before going back in the evening delivering the professor's mail. He never lets the envelopes out of his jacket pocket or the jacket out of his sight, so my only opportunity would be to pickpocket serving a security guard while he's taking his jacket off, but that relies on Professor Popper not being in his tent. Luckily, I ensured with the help of my feline friends that Professor Popper will be held up during his out-of-ground inspection. Usually, Popper just meanders around the inner perimeter of the base camp and checks that all is well. Most days, everything is, but today, Kibbles and Trixie has staged a little rumpus that will engage him just for enough time to make his delivery. Of course, he is, sat in the usual place, jacket draped over his chair. Hi there, Zane. 127. Suppose we're on the first name terms now. I have a little something for you. Zane frowns but does not look at me. His eyes are instead where they always are, on his crossword puzzle. I've made you a puzzle! He eyes me skeptically. Crossword, to be exact. It's pretty tricky if I do say so. I create puzzles using the cat's general knowledge. Major McMurphy thought of some particular treacherous teasers, while Kibbles and Trixie offers some great obscure pop culture questions. Snooty Booty was just mostly trying to get cat treats out of my pocket. I hand the paper to Zane, who's still frowning. This dick is having a whale of a time? Is this a joke? Oh, it gets harder. Zane peers over the crossword. Why did you make this for me? Well, I know how you get bored. And I don't like you, Zane. Zane breaks out, and the first smile I've seen on his face, although small, slightly uncomfortable looking. I don't have anything for you. He's warming up to me. This plan's going spiffingly. Oh, don't worry about that. All I want from you is you to complete it. Like my hands in a heart shape. While Zane is distracted, I feel stupid, but McMurphy insisted it be my signal for him to strike. Sure enough, as he slinks along, full as anything. He winds his feline body between Zane's legs unnoticed. Zane's tongue's now sticking out, and his shoulders are hunched in concentration. He's stuck already? I dart a look at McMurphy to get ready to make his move. He throws up a disconcerting wink. It's not that hard, just one thing about it. The archetypal counterpart to Yandere? Oh yes, that's quite niche. Thanks for that one, Kibbles. While engaged Zane, I see that McMurphy's already reached up through the as though stretching against the chair. He nudges his nose to the inside breast pocket of the jacket. Oh shoot, get out of it. I see McMurphy scamper off. My heart sinks. Anyway, I'll check back later and see how you're getting on with it. Zane grunts a response. I walk back dejected for McMurphy. I had agreed meeting after our mission was over. Suddenly my spirits lift beside a little pink corner peeking out from under the delicate rock. McMurphy, you're a star. There's no end to my talent. I snatch up the envelope, say goodbye to McMurphy, and head to the privacy of my tent. I examine my trophy while the kettle boils. I'm touched by the pretty pink envelope and delicate fragrance, and feel suddenly embarrassed. Am I prying into Professor's love life? What has he gotten for me? Getting notations of secrets on an ongoing subterfuge? I'm about to put the letter back when I'm overwhelmed by curiosity. Wondered who my professor's secret lover could be. What are they like? Woman? Man? Other? Before I came myself, I had seemed to open the flap and I'm peeking inside. Oh no, it's not what I expected. And my previous suspicions come flooding back. This paper is stark contrast. to the pretty pink wrapping. It's a typed message on white paper. First of all, I have been informed of your latest subject. I would rather hear about such things from you personally. It would not be wise to take my silence for authorization. Please keep this in mind for further transaction. I will let this indiscretion slide, but if it's ever repeated, I will have no choice but deal with you like I dealt with 124. For the project, case study number 6 is Census. C1 of 3 has been unsuccessful. Avoid any further investigation. Lab 09 has received a new badge protocol beginning on the 8th. Finally, I trust your new assistant has arrived, and is proving to be more helpful than the previous one. We seem to have a run of bad luck in that particular area. As you know, I do not abide by luck. I'll expect a reversal of fortune post-haste. Faithfully yours, 7. A little bit more going on this island than what I thought. Luffy Butt or Trixie? Luffy Butt or Trixie? Gonna go with Trixie. I could hear a strange tapping sound and it grinds on my brain until I finally have to go investigate. I've been tagging cats all morning, and the sun is high in the clear blue sky now. It's time to take my break. Anyway, I decide to follow the sound and make further along the beach to inspect the rocks that runs around the perimeter of the island. Tap, tap, tap. It's hard to tell if it's getting louder or I'm just more consumed by it. Suddenly, tapping stops and I hear a new sound altogether. Strange gurgling, like the sound of babbling brook that runs through the deep forest. But I wouldn't be able to hear that all the way from the beach. I stand up, strain my ears, listen tentatively. There it is again. Short eruption of burbles. I look around suspiciously and notice a barely concealed opening in the contours of the rock face. I feel compelled towards it. To get closer, the gurgling shapes into gleeful giggles. Hello? I wait at the mouth of the cave, feeling like I've been lured here, but at the same time, like an intruder. Am I disturbing you? Human! Oh, Trixie, it's you. What are you doing here? I can hear you all the way up the beach. You're a long way off base. I could ask you the same thing, human. But I won't because I know why you're here. You're drawn to me. I knew you would come sooner or later. I made it nice for your visit. Oh, well, come on in, human. He disappears in the darkness of the cave. Squeeze myself in after her. My eyes adjust to the gloom. At the same time, I'm taken back by the light. They're small caverns which should be pitch black, except it's not. There's light source that my brain cannot quite understand immediately. The rock, or at least some of them, are irradiated with a warm, golden pink glow which gives the tiny cavern a particular ambiance, almost like a trashy nightclub. Take a piece of space and make yourself at home, human. Sit where I've been standing, as there's not much room in here. I start to take in my surroundings. Wow, Trixie, this is fantastic. Around us is different types of rocks and stones and crystals, all different colors, shapes, and sizes, shapes. There are piles of stuff in every rock and cranny, like the little Aladdin's cave. Exactly what is this place, Trix? My pad. I know. It's where I do my thing. We all need our thing, don't we? Yes, I suppose, but what exactly is your thing? Minerals, I collect them. It's more than just collecting them, though. I embrace them. You hug them? Trixie giggles. Yes, I do. But that's not what I meant. I connect with them, allow their properties to become a part of me. We combine our energy. Oh, I'm not sure I quite understand. Look, it's a lot easier if I show you. Small cat begins nudging and pawing at some of the stones until she's lined them up in front of me. Here's my island family. Me, Grand Dam. She indicates a long slab of pink stone, quite smooth and elegant. Feel her. Run my fingers over the shiny cold surface. Remind you of anyone? A smile breaks over my face and Trixie begins to giggle. Yep, you got it. It's only don't ever tell Snooty that I'm calling her Grandma. Here, how about this guy? I'm presented with a large, squat chunk of rock, semi-covered in what kind of moss that gives it appearance of having fur. As I turn it, the light picks up the color, and I see a warm, rich, amber tone, almost like marmalade. Makes me laugh out loud. It's really uncanny, the major rock form. Minerals, actually. Yes, Gramps has all the qualities to lead my little family. I've already moved on to the next stone, resembling a striking, dirty green stone that fits very comfortably in the palm of my hand. It has been polished like Snooty's booties, but it's a bit murky looking, but there's a small patch on it that has been rubbed clean from handling. There are breathtaking minerals catching in the light, so the green sparkles refracting dances around the cave. Beautiful. Yeah, naughty Uncle Murphy can be like that, don't you find? Oh yes, he certainly can. Charm is very beguiling. And so who's missed? No one. What about Kibbles? Take a closer look, human. I strain my eyes and the gloomy light, see a flat, jagged piece of stone metal next to Fluffy Butt. And then I get it. It's a pebble. He's a pebble! Both laugh. Billy seemed to capture Kibbles, but it's really hard to say why. It's energy everywhere. Everyone, everything has energy. We are connected by it. Allow me to demonstrate. Take my paw and close your eyes. I do as instructed, holding the tiny paw in my hand. Begin as gentle as possible because my fingers suddenly seem fat, clumsy by comparison. What do you feel? She's warm and fragile, and I almost feel like giggling. Bit tipsy, really. Okay, now keep your eyes closed. Hold my other paw in your other hand. When I have both paws, the feeling is intensified. I begin giggling out loud despite myself. I'm overcome with the delicious feeling of joy. Open your eyes. I look down and see that I'm only holding one of Trixie's paw, and the other hand, clear crystal, completely smooth. Oh wow, but how? I just felt like your paw, warm and furry. I know. Trixie is laughing. You were feeling the energy. This is me. Trixie indicates the crystal. Oh my goodness, Trixie, this is so cool. Thank you for letting me all of you. Meeting you all. Notice that his face changed. He looks in her. Oh, Trixie, what is it? Are you okay? This isn't all of us. What? Someone else in my island family, but we don't talk about her anymore. Oh? She was the coolest sister ever, but she's not with us anymore. But Trixie passed away? No, so Schluck, she's being kept alive. Trixie nudges a small black piece of stone towards me. I pick it up and look at it closely. There's 1,000 tiny specks of glitter running through it, giving it an iridescent. It looks like the night sky. I close my eyes instinctively, and I am immediately overwhelmed by the most intense sadness and terror. It feels though all the pain in the world is captured by this little black gem. Gosh, Trixie, what on earth happened to her? I can't say, not yet, anyway. She has taken stone and hit it before I realized it was gone. Suddenly, her mood has changed completely again. We need to get you one too, human. You should be mineralized, don't you think? I would be honored, Miss Trixie. You're really quite open for a scientist. It's actually a requirement that in order to be a good scientist, you remain open-minded. Let me read your tarot. I'm a bit thrown that it came out of nowhere. I don't know about that. Not as open as might like you think then. That's not fair. I just wasn't expecting it. Come on then. Yes or no? One on the left. Alright. I think we're gonna... Oh, I know everything. Okay, why not? I played Terra once until... I played Terra once in uni. It was great fun. Oh, Humi, Terra isn't a game. Of course not. Then go on then. Tell me who I'm going to marry. Pixie lets out a small snicker. I don't know why, but I'm starting to feel a little bit nervous. Calico produces a stack of cards with an intricate pattern on the back. Oh wow, that's a cool deck. Where'd you get it? Murphy got it for me. He won't tell me where he got it from. He finds the coolest thing. Pixie places a pack of cards on the floor and begins waving his paw over. Lets out a strange yelling sound. Finally, she stops and fans out the cards in front of me. Okay, your turn. Close your eyes. Slowly run your hands over the cards until you feel drawn to one. Touch it lightly. Repeat until you've chosen 3 cards. I subconsciously do as I'm told, revealing that I'm not expected to make any yowling noises too. I touch 3 cards and open my eyes. Trixie's holding them in a pause, looking thoughtful. Very interesting. Your past is the Fool. Ha. The Lovers is your present position. How scandalous. And you have justice in your future. But you'll be hanged on it or receiving it. Handing out or receiving it. Very interesting. Is that good interesting or bad interesting? There's no such thing as good or bad, really. It's all just information to help you, if you choose to listen to it, that is. Okay, I'm all ears. Are you going to tell me that I'm a bit of a fool who falls in love and get my just desserts? I notice that Trixie has become quiet and thoughtful as she studies 3 cards. It feels like an age before she speaks. The position of this card represents your past, the thing that has led you to your current situation. The Fool is about innocence and spontaneous. First card in the Major's Arcana and signifies beginnings. Fools portends important decisions ahead, which may not be easy to make and involves an element of skill. It's a powerful card not to be underestimated. The next position of your current situation. Lovers can be misleading card because it's just being all about romance, but actually it's far more about making difficult choices. It warns you that you need to consider things very carefully, although a positive outcome is more indicated when the card is present. It also reminds us that pain is seldom avoidable. Finally, we have your outcome card, Justice. This augurs well for you, human. Most karmic of all the tarot cards. If you behave with integrity, loyalty, courage, you will achieve fantastic results, gain the highest possible success. Beware though that the sword cuts on both ends of the blade. If you saw the For if you sow the first seed of discord, you will reap disharmony in your life. There's a long pause, and I realize that she's reading. Thank you, that was fantastic. Really good. What did it mean? Really, human? What did I say about listening? I heard every word, I just don't know what it means. And go away and think about it. I will. I'll try. Just remember that it's all about interpretation. Listening? Interpreting the cards is listening. You need to listen to your inner voice, and the cards will help you hear it. I have much to learn. Hey, Delphi. And I'm happy to teach you, human. She's beaming and glowing in the strange half-light of her magical cape. The effect is quite hypnotic. Well, I shall look forward to that, but right now I have a date with a microscope. Soon, humans, soon. Make my way out into the bright sunlight and take a deep breath. Not sure what all that was about, but I think I rather liked it. The waves are crashing. The sound is so loud I can't make myself be heard, but I still scream to the life raft that is moving away from the sinking ship. I'm going down with the ship, being thrashed against the sides of the old wooden vessel. This isn't right. The ship looks wrong. Cat's face looms up to mind. Everything is wrong. All of it. Which cat are you? Hola. But the words come out of my mouth as mewing, and realize I am not myself, some kind of beast. Suddenly I'm flying in the claws of some enormous bird. The beating wings are deafening. I look down to see the ground approaching very fast. You can drop through the break. What does that mean? What break? What break? Breakfast! Rise and shine! Well, I have some very important. Lola, I have a very important job for you. Quite a tricky one, but you've proven yourself to be very capable, and I'm certain you can handle it. Follow me. I have a little lady I'd like you to meet. Professor leads me to the research lab in the forest, but instead of going in, he takes me to the area around the back. This is our brave little nugget, Ravenpaw. He has been isolated over here. He has to be isolated over here, don't you? Professor reaches out into the cage which stood on the table, picks up a tiny black cat that is sleeping inside. Such girl, aren't you? You keep her here away from the others, because the poor thing's very unwell. Can't you see that nasty rash? Professor Palper takes out one of the cat's paws for me to inspect. Red and swollen, Ravenpaw looks at me with big watery eyes, one blue, one brown. They're probably watering because of the medication she's on, but it makes her look as she's pleading with me. She doesn't seem to be able to eat without assistance either. Poor thing. We've been treating her as best as we can, but I'm not sure she'll make it. Perhaps not, even to the end of the week. Professor lets out a sad sigh. I have my finger crossed, though. We don't give up on any of these cats, do we, Ravenpaw? No, we don't. We're gonna try and get you all better. She's such a pretty cat. Her eyes are enchanting, aren't they? She's a very pretty cat indeed. She knows it too. You can tell by the way. You know what a pretty thing you are, don't you? I reach out to stroke Raven's paw, but she struggles away from my hand. Ah, she's getting cranky. I think we've had Grunky Pants here awake for long enough. Pets her gently back in the cage and locks that Ravenpaw seems to falls asleep instantly. I hope I didn't distress her. Of course not, Lola. She's very wary of humans before she gets to know them. When I first found poor thing on the beach, she almost scratched my eyes out, in spite of the terrible, fragile state she was in. Professor smiles at the memory. Such a trooper. She was half dead at first. She's gotten a lot better since then. Honestly, wouldn't be surprised to see her pull through this. I do hope so, Professor. Quite. Now, the reason I brought you out here is because, regrettably, we won't be able to see Ravenpaw personally any longer. It's a pity, as she won't be, as she's so used to me by now. There's nothing for it. I've been given an extra workload recently. I need to ferret out a few of my odd jobs to accommodate it. I thought you would be the ideal person to look after Ravenpaw for me. I'm taken back that the professor trusts me with such a responsibility. It's quite flattering until I remember that he doesn't have much choice, me being the only assistant in the island. Every day she requires the changing of dressings, a dose of medication, some cream rubbed on her rashes, and a syringe full of nutritional milk. This can seem quite distressing for her, so I'd like someone with a nice patient manner to take over for me. Would you be interested, Lola? Of course, sir. Love to help out in any way I can. So, that's what I'm here for. Oh, splendid. I'm glad. I think you and Ravenpaw will get along famously before too long. He has such a sweet nature. Look forward to it, sir. Could you start now? Oh, of course. Tip-top. I shall be in the lab if you need me for anything else. Please don't be afraid to give a shout. I'm terribly sorry to burden you with this so suddenly. I have such a lot of work right now. A lot of work to do right now. Okay, Professor. I feel a little apprehensive as I watch Professor Purple retreat to the lab. I didn't realize I'd be expected to do everything now without training or anything. I remind myself this isn't an ordinary lab back home. Just try to adapt to the higgledy-piggledy ways that they're done here. Take a deep breath. I change your dressings. I could do that. Hello, pretty kitty. I am very sorry, but I have to disturb you. Cat lets out a small mew as I lift her out of the cage. Aw, I know, life's unfair. Now, where are your dressings? I put Ravenpaw next to the cage on the table. She lays down complacently. She obviously knows the routine. She has a large bandage on the side of her ribs. I begin to gently remove it, trying not to pull on her skin too much. Well, if I suppose we're gonna do this every day, we might as well get to know each other right. Hello, my name is Lola. I'm quite new here. I already know your name already, Ravenpaw. Nice name. I bet the professor named you. Certainly knows how to pick them, doesn't he? Cat senses as I remove the last bit of plaster and reveal a scar on the patch of bare skin where the professor has shaved for surgery. Oh dear, the scar looks very tender. I should clean it. Isn't that right, Ravenpaw? Let me look. There are some drawers under the table. I quickly find some antiseptic gel and a cotton pad. Oh, now, Ravenpaw, I'm gonna level with you. This is gonna sting a bit, but please don't take it out on me. I'm doing this for your own good, okay? Trust me, you do not want the scar to become infected. That would be disastrous. Cat stays perfectly still as I wipe at her scar. She doesn't even make a sound. I have to say, I'm impressed and a little disquieted. Wow, you're a brave girl, aren't you? Well done. When I was a child, I cut my arm in some thorns and had to have some antiseptic put on it. As I remember, I screamed the house down. I carefully put the clean bandage on, trying not to stick to her fur. Suppose medication comes next, doesn't it? And what do we have here? Look through the drawers and find a box of pre-filled syringes called catatonic. Oh, I presumed that you were taking tablets, of course. The professor said you were having trouble with solids. Don't you, poor thing. Okay. Same thing as last time, don't shoot the injector. I hold the skin back of Ravenpaw's neck tight and like go to inject it quickly to get it over with, but as the syringe is stiff, it takes a lot longer than I expected. Again, the little cat makes no response, doesn't move a muscle, almost as if she can't feel it. Good girl. Gosh, you're so tough. You know, I bet you and McMurphy would get along like a house on fire. Ravenpaw's picked up as if she heard a rattlesnake. Murphy's one of the coolest people. I mean, he was a little wiry at first, but he has that Irish charm that is so hard to resist. Tiny Cat's head spins up to look at me. How do you know he's Irish? My heart lurches in my throat. Have you got it? You have, haven't you? You're sick. You've got the sickness. I have a million questions running through my head, but I'm unable to speak. Listen to me, human. You must help me. I suddenly jolt to my senses. I'm trying to help you, Ravenpaw. Please don't use the cream on me. It burns. It gives me these red patches. I know it hurts, but I have to rub it in your wounds. These red patches will get dry and itchy and even infected otherwise. Please, no, human, I beg you. That stuff doesn't help me. It doesn't. It hurts. I know it feels that way, but it's helping you. I promise. The professor's been carrying you for so thoroughly since he found you. I'll get you a sack if you're... I'll get the sack if your treatments go downhill now. And has only ever hurt me. I'm taken aback. The professor cares for you very much and only wants you to get better. Cat turns his face away, giving as if she's given up hope. It pulls at my heartstrings, and I pause for a moment. I'm gonna stop it. Okay, I'm taking a big leap here. I'm gonna give you 5 days without this cream, and if I see any deterioration in your condition, back to a strict regimen for you, Missy. No complaints? Deal? Thank you, human. Hey, research tree. Achievements. Oh, time to get another. Heartstring. Come on, Humi. At this rate, you'll have to get back before we even get there. But I'm not like you, Trixie. Not yet, anyway. You still need to cut me some slack. These cliffs are hard going. I'm taking an extra long lunch break today to go scavenge with Trixie. I haven't realized I'm the only member of the family not to be represented in the rock form. She's become obsessed with finding my crystallized doppelganger. I'm both flattered and unnerved at being a member of a cat family. I tried not to overthink it. Can we take 5 so I can catch my breath, please? It's okay, we're here, just over this edge. Look! Catch up to Trixie, and I instantly see what she's referring to. As soon as my head gets above the cliff we're climbing, I'm comforted with some kind of rock basin, almost volcanic-like, as through something huge once fell here and left an almighty indention. What is this, Trixie? Jump down, it's perfectly safe. The little nimble cat made it down to the plateau a couple of swift leaps and was looking up, though encouraging a child into a swimming pool. Easy, just spring down and glide down. For you, maybe. I'm a lot less cat than you might think. As I stumble around, I find it surprisingly easy to find my footing. And my legs feel springier somehow, taking me higher than I ever expected when I jump. The landing feels soft and sure-footed. Maybe all this experience is making me fitter. Bravo! Maybe you're a lot less human than you might think. And I stopped feeling pleased with myself and taking my surroundings, and to catch my breath, I feel as though I'm standing on a prehistoric time warp. Where are we? What is this? Ah! Close your mouth, human. Bullshits? What? Never mind. Just get some of this bitch dog and ditch. Never mind this. Just get some of this and ditch dodge for the high road. Ah, some of the expression you use, Trixie. Sorry, Trix. You do make me laugh. Were you born on this island? She's clawing at something. The rock. It's just pulling at the rock like a stretching post. The parents brought me here in 1967. Really? Wow. Do you remember? No. The last one told me. Remember? You mean the person who worked here before you? How did? But I'm silenced by her abrupt interruption. Thanks for all the help. I realize I've done nothing but jump up to see what I can do, but Trixie seems to have what she came for. Take this. Shard of black and silver. Hold it in your hand. Build the character. Try to blend with it. Do as I'm told, but the only thing I feel is foolish. I'm not sure. Perhaps I'm not very rock-like? Mineral! Sorry. Okay, leave it. We'll have to try again elsewhere, but to be honest, human, I'm running quite low on ideas for you. No. Let's not quit so easily. Trixie flashed me a look. I've put quite a bit of effort in, actually, human. I know, and you've been amazing. I really meant myself. I've been a bit of a passenger with this so far. I think it's some time I've made more of a commitment. Trixie looks much brighter. Really? That's so sweet of you. Absolutely. You sit down and take a break. I've got this. Trixie nuzzles down to a patch of fur of wildflowers and watches intently. I have absolutely no idea what I meant to be doing, so I start improvising, all the while watching her little cat face for clues on how I'm doing. Crouched to the ground, holding my arms out, palms open, face down, imagining that they were fleshy metal detectors hovering about them about an inch above the ground, making a large sweeping arc. Seems to be doing okay. I'm rather pleased with myself. Trixie is smiling and nodding encouragement, clearly convinced by my little charade. And then I make the mistake of closing my eyes, because I think it will look more authentic. Now I can't see what Trixie is doing, even if she's looking at me. I decide to wrap this up. Oh! I stopped mid-flow, and as though I could feel something. What gives, Humi? You found something? Her voice is very close. I can't risk opening my eyes. Instead, I lower my hand to feel about for something, anything. I believe I had. My hand has settled on a small stone of some kind, which I grasped in my fist. Yes, definitely. This is me. Let's see it then. I open my eyes, my fist, and at this point you see a very ordinary piece of rock, indistinguishable from all the others around in this basin. I cringe, but I am committed to it now. It's interesting, not at all what I was expecting. So you sure this one's you? Hang on a moment. I try to look serious and focused the way Trix does when she's doing this stuff. Yes, I'm definitely getting something. There's a sensation. Something's changing. That would be the size of your nose, you mean, huh? How stupid do you think I am? What? I don't... You could stop the stray now, but I'm feeling nothing. I put that bit of rock under your hand for you to pick up. I knew you were faking. Feel my face burn red. I am mortified. Trixie, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I know what you were doing. It was sweet, in a way, but you don't need to pretend with me. It's very real for me. And it really doesn't matter if anyone else gets it or not. I get it. Feel so shallow. Yeah, I guess you would, Hale. With a surprised snort, she bounces off, leaving me to find my own way back. Oof. The sun has almost set. Large orange orb, so low in the sky, I feel I could reach out and touch it. Maybe this is what Trixie wanted me to see. She whispered invite from behind the lab door. This morning was brief. Cave, sundown, dress, be distressed. Be there or be despair. As I reach Trixie's cave, I breathe. My breath is literally taking away. There's a cluster of lucite, tiny illuminate flies that look like a string of fairy lights hung all over the beach. They look to a formation of rock close to the water's edge, spotlit by the amber glow of the moon and surrounded by the sparkle and twinkles of more Lucidians. Magical. Called to Trixie as she emerged from the cave, dragging something in her mouth. I dash over to help her. Wherever it is, it looks too heavy for a delicate calico cat. Oh, thank you. I'm almost done. Could you take it over to the seats? She indicates to the rock formation I was just admiring. And now I see it from this angle. It really does look like a seating area. In fact, the whole area looks like a stage, beautifully lit. When I pull the cloth bundle where she wants it and untie it for her, I discover a small collection of objects. Trixie immediately sets out organizing. She is so deft and determined I cannot help but see the human in her. Anything I can do? Looks fabulous, Trixie. How did you manage to stage the Lucidity? He laughs. Easy when you know how. They just love Mana. Mana? Mana from the heaven flowers. Look, she takes a flower from a garland she's pulling from the cloth bag. Punctures the bulbous center with her claw. A few drops of clear, sticky ooze out, instantly attracting a tiny swarm of sparkling flies. What is it? Taste it. Go on, it's safe, human. Actually, it's delicious. I gingerly touched the droplet with the tip of my pinky and put it to the tip of my tongue. It's sweet and spicy. It's like cinnamon and honey. She's right. It's delicious. The garland is now around my neck, and it looks like I'm wearing a necklace of dancing lights. Trixie has nudged a much smaller garland around her head, and the effect's stunning. You have a halo. Trixie giggles. Well, I'm an angel after all. This stuff's good. there mana in this? Drink a warm nectar from the shelf that Trixie's. I drink sweet nectar from a shell that Trixie's placed in my hand. Yes, among other things. Steady, though. McMurphy helped me make it. Ah, I thought I could detect the warmth of his Irish charm. Ante, Murph. So I drained the shell a bit, feel a bit lightheaded as I sit down on one of the rock seats. Well, hello, chums. I didn't see you there. The whole of Trixie's mineral family gathered on the other rock. Gang's all here, hit. This is really lovely treat, Trixie, thank you. Oh, but the main event is only just beginning. I would like to present for your pleasure and dedication, Mademoiselle Trixibelli. I clap enthusiastically, but have no idea what's going on. I'm having a ball anyway. Then it begins. Trixie's taking center stage, throwing her head to the full moon. She lets out the most almighty sound. It's long, loud, and weird. Strange, cohesional concoction of meowing, hissing, purring, all together in a cacophony of ear-piercing caterwauling. For a moment, I'm confused, but it's like another part of me starts to take over. Part of me that understands this awful racket. My ears rearrange what I'm hearing until it sounds like singing. Beautiful singing, sad, plaintive, and then rising to hopeful rousing. So I'm compelled to join in. I throw my head back and let out a sound I didn't know I could make. Come on, human, come up here. Trixie invites me to join her on stage, and I'm momentarily brought back to my senses, aware of who I am, and it jolts me. What the hell am I doing out here on a beach at night with the clatter of yowling cats? Part of me feels like I'm intruding, voyeuristic, and I feel uncomfortable. Join me. There's another part of me that wants to cut loose and allow myself to experience all of it. Not loud. I leap gracefully into the platform next to Trixie. From here, the view is even more stunning. Cats are swarming from the rocks in the undergrowth to join us, where we all harmonize as though we were one entity. Tails intertwine as hideous dance among us, or around us. Bow chicka bow wow. Trixie has begun a kind of dance, stretching and twisting her whole body. She looks ecstatic. Begins to gyrating too, and it feels fantastic. Every muscle and sinew is malleable. I'm in total control of my entire anatomy. Before I have time to take in what's changed, I am running at full pelt with Trixie following. Behind her, a whole string of cats, all scampering in a serpentine line with me at the head. I weave round the rocks and right up to the water's edge. Then suddenly, all changes again. We are reaching towards the moon. Cats standing on their hind legs, front paws stretched out, swaying as though it's been blowing in a warm breeze. The moon melting in its amber glow over us until suddenly I feel a wave of nausea wash over me. I break from the other revelers and crawl on my hands and knees a little ways up the beach, so I feel less potent here. I lay down for a while and let the sound of the yowling cats sing me to sleep. I don't have long, Trixie. It's a busy day in the lab today. A lot of delivery. Trixie's pulling out the corner of the cloth. She's laid on the ground. I know, you're very important, humanly person. I think you'll be pleased you gave up a bit of your time for this. Scoot produces a small box wrapped in pretty paper with a ribbon on it. Oh my gosh, where'd you get this from? Did you wrap it yourself? There's no need to sound so surprised. Sorry, there's no need to sound so surprised. I thought you knew by now. I'm a very clever cat. Well, open it. I don't want to spoil it, but... I tear off the papers and bows. As I toss them away, Trixie leaps on them, delightedly playing cat and mouse. Come on, Humi. Need help? No, it's mine. We tussle for the box playfully, and eventually I retrieve the take off the lid. Oh wow, Trix, it's a quake stone. Oh, of course, it's lovely. Trixie starts to laugh. Oh, Humi, you're so funny. It's not lovely at all, but it is useful. He's right, it's not lovely. It's an ugly looking chunk of stone, about the size of a walnut, pinkish gray, but mostly gray. Useful. Does it do something? Pick it up. I take the lump from the box and instantly feel it vibrating in my hand. Whoa, that's weird. What is it? Feeling spreading out my arm and through my torso. Can you feel it? That's the quake. It's from the danger zone. Wait, you went to the danger zone? Well, no, personally, but I know someone who has. Who and how? Quake stone. It alters your energy, transforms your frequency, and it makes you in tune with the danger zone so you don't get zapped. Wait, are you saying that if I hold this, I can go into the Elder Cat territory? That's right, Humi. That's my gift for you. Protection. I have 100 questions competing to be asked, but I know one thing. I have to get back to the lab. Trixie, you're an angel. Let's meet up another time to discuss where you got this and how to use it. Damn it. Recon! Professor's away overnight to a trip to the mainland, so I got the lab to myself for a while. I've been running tests on the Quakestone that Trixie gave me for hours now. I'm no closer understanding on how it works. It emits a constant pulse that I can't figure out where the energy needed to generate the vibrations coming from. Looking at it under a microscope, this structure seems to have like a gem and more organic. It looks very smooth and interlocking scales which moves and shifts very slowly as if the rock breathes. I sit back and try to clear my head and wonder an idea that's been half forming at back in my mind all day. Now it's louder and clearer. I need to go to the Elder Cat's territory to see if I can join in some some of the dots up in the pit too. I decided to be foolhardily to head up to the danger zone alone. I must alert McMurphy to my plan, and he agrees to meet me there. I throw a few things I think that could come in handy in my backpack and set off, swinging by Zane's briefly to let him know I'm down out of the grounds for a couple of hours. On a seat down by the water's edge. Hi, Zane. Waiting for the fly boat? He doesn't bother to look up from his paper. No, that's not until tomorrow. Bring Professor back. Ah, okay. Catching up some raisin? Harry's on looking at the paper and doesn't respond. Well, just wanted you to let him know I'm on a field trip today. He shows no interest. Aren't you meant to stay in cat when the professor's away? That something happens when the cat's? Yes, strictly speaking, but everyone's doing fine. And I only tend to be gone for an hour or two. And you can cope, can't you? It's not a question of me coping, it's a question of you breaking the rules. My heart sinks, but if it's important, then I expect you to do what you think is right. I'm taken aback and get the feeling that he's given me his blessing without saying it. Thanks, Zane. Wise words. I head back up the jetty path, but it might be a good idea to let me know where you're going, just in case. They're all fine, I promise you. My concern was for you. Oh, Zane, I'm touched. I'll be fine too, thanks for caring. Even so, I feel under pressure to tell him where I'm going, but I'm worried he'll stop me, decide to come clean, and hope for the best. I'm heading to the other end of the island. To the danger zone? Elder territory, yes. Be careful then. I will. And I will get away before he changes his mind. I wonder why he's so easygoing and me sneaking off to the danger zone while the professor's away. Maybe Zane's not so bad after all. I haven't seen any sign of McMurphy. He said we'll meet here on the border of the danger zone. Facing the quake zone in my hand. I can feel it vibrationally, gently pulsating up my arm. I could read. Just as I'm about to venture forward alone, I hear a friendly whistling. Arf! Were you missing me, Carl? I was giving up on you, to be honest. Ah, that's not nice. You'd never give up on a buddy. Well, I'm glad that you're here. I don't mind admitting I'm a bit nervous. Here, let me put this around your neck. You made a collar for me by drilling a piece of the quake stone and thread some twine through. I don't want either of us to be upset by the elders. We need all the protection we can get, although I'm not sure this will even work. It's a big risk. Come on then, stay close to me. And you to me, Kara, and you to me. I could hear the amusement in his voice as he springs ahead of me across the line into the danger zone. For a split second I hesitate. I want to see if anything happens to McMurphy. If something does happen, I want to be able to get help. Making me your cannon fodder, are you, Kara? Just watching your back, Murph. With one large step, I'm over the line. I'm standing still for a moment to feel the difference. There isn't it. I feel exactly the same pulsating from the quake stone, only now it seems to be all around me. It begins to tingle. Can you feel that? Most certainly can, and it's a beautiful thing it is. He's right. It feels really relaxing. Without being drowsy, my mind is super alert. I feel much more energized than I did a few moments previously. There are some elders over to the right. They must be able to see us, but they don't seem to be bothering us. Bothered by us being this close. I take in my surroundings and I notice that the large rock that appeared to be made of the quake stone, we skirt around the edge of the area, keeping a low profile as possible. I can't believe that we're doing this. Oh, Kara, I wish I could show you your face. Why? You're grinning from ear to ear. You look like a Cheshire cat. Maybe we've gone through the looking glass. Then I see the huge obelisk-type stone, which most of the elder cats are sitting around. What do you think, Mac? Quake stone? Has to be. Look how serene they all are. They're completely calm. Some of them are looking at us, but don't seem in the least bit bothered. No aggression in these animals. They are in total harmony with each other and their surroundings. Come on, Mac. Let's leave them in peace. We move back where we came and gather some of the lumps of stone to take back with us. I can see why they like it here so much. Okay, let's get the stuff off your neck. You'll be turning elder if I'm not careful. We walk back in silence. It's a nice silence. Sentence. Been following a familiar sound along the shoreline. I can't see Trixie yet, but I know that plaintive song anywhere. It leads me to her cave. Trixie, can I come in? Wait a moment. You hear a flurry of actions shuffling and liquids being poured. Trixie, are you nearly ready? It's freezing out here. As soon as the sun goes down, the island becomes ridiculously cold. Come in. Her voice is low and sing-song. The cave is warm and welcoming. There's flower petals scattered on the ground, a little jar of lucius in every corner. Trixie stretched out on a rock as though she hasn't moved. Hello, you. Long time no see. Hello, Humi. I wondered when you'd show up. As soon as you invited me. She ignores me and indicates a jar of amber liquid. Help yourself. She's in one of those moods, so I take a sip of mana juice and make a note to go easy on it this time, remembering how potent it was. It is. So how's Trix? Great. You've not been around for... Doesn't respond. I thought you were avoiding me. I forced a laugh. Now I'm beginning to think I was right. Have I upset you, Trixie? Well, in a way, I suppose you have. Oh, I was kidding, but tell me, what did I... Cuts across me. I didn't mean to be rude. But would you mind just shutting up and let me talk for a little while? Of course. I'm a little anxious about what's coming, but I do as I told and life. Pauses, smiles, not sure if I should respond, so I just smile back. Life is great and all, but sometimes you're not quite as great as you tried to pretend it is. So you get used to making the best of it. That you stop being aware that it's your only silver, or sometimes even bronze. I mean, the only thing to complain about, but nothing to complain about, but then something happens that is so golden, so platinum plated, rose gold, that the fabulousity of it catches up to you like a twister and turns everything upside down and inside out, so that you are flying, dancing above your will. You're powerless and powerful. Silver will never be good enough again. Do you know what I mean? I open my mouth, but she plows on without waiting for an answer. I feel it now. The fizzing in my tummy, the fluttering in my heart. I'm champagne, popping and sparkling, lightheaded and silly. Am I silly? I feel very certain and not silly at all, but I can't stop giggling. My eyes are weepy all the time. I know what my heart wants, but I can't connect it in my head. I feel happy. Truly happy. Not before happy, which wasn't really like being happy at all, but 24-karat happy, and nothing else will do. Long pause, I look down to see that my glass is empty, and suddenly a bit woozy. Okay, that's it. That's all I have to say. Your turn. Oh, not very good at speeches, and I don't think I can match you. A simple answer would do. Soulmates don't come along every day, Humi. We have a chance here to take a leap and see where the adventures takes us, or forever wonder what we missed. Of course I'm in. Together forever. Let the adventures begin. Trixie and I begin to laugh and laugh and laugh until we're rolling on the ground, so that anyone who saw us thinks that we were a couple of crazy intoxicated cats. Too early. The world isn't meant to be seen before 7 o'clock. My life. These early mornings are still a shock to me, but I'm hitting my stride quicker. I like to get the kittens fed and cleaned out before my breakfast. It's easy to do before the rest of the camp is awake, and there's less distraction. I prepare the mush. My stomach turns at the milky smell so early in the day. I get the swab tray ready and grab a handful of kitty treats. Hello, babies! I peer into the cage of the sleepless kittens. So cute. They're just waking up and ready for breakfast. I do a quick head count. 12, good. No one's tunneled out in the night. Come on then, let's get you swabbed and fed. Nom nom nom. I grab the first sleepy kitty, no more than a ball of fluff, and as it opens its mouth to yawn, I dart in with a swab, bottle it, and on to the next fur ball. You're getting good at this. Oh, Trixie, you're up early. Going to bed late, actually. I keep swabbing. In no time, I've got all 12 cats into the feeding cage, and I have begun clearing out the sleeping area. Oh, cute. How long will they stay here for? I'm not sure. Generally, they're kept here for about 10 weeks, then some are released back into the wild immediately, but some are moved here to examine further. They're still getting the hang of how it all works on. But probably some Pokemon, what? Just a little bit. Alright. It's a shame that they aren't all released, isn't it? Yes, I suppose. But they'll be able to be released eventually, just some later than others. You think so? Well, yes, unless they're very poor like Ravenpaw. Trixie winced at the mention of the black cat's name. Very few kittens actually get released into the wild, Lola. What do you mean? Of course they do. As long as they're healthy. Oh wow. And you know this, do you? You release them yourselves? Well no, Professor Furpaw tells me that the kittens get discharged between 10 and 12 weeks. Oh, I see. Trixie smiles, but it looks fake. If I were you, I would tag one of this litter. Oh no, they're too young for tags. They have to wait until they're at least 12 weeks. That one over there, he looks very healthy. I'm sure if you tag him, you'll be able to see for yourself what happens to healthy kittens. I go to answer. I hear the breakfast bell in the distance. Oh, Cinderella has to fly. Calico Cat is gone as quickly as she appeared. Come on, kittens, let's get back to your nice clean cage. Can't help but think that Trixie said what Trixie said, something genuinely concerning, that there must be some bias for that. After all, she has been here longer than me. Maybe tagging one of these kittens wouldn't be such a bad idea. What would be the harm? But before I even finish my sentence, the hand grabbed the chipping pen, and I've tagged the plump gray male. Probably silly, but it won't harm you. And it could teach me something useful. Hey, research 7. I had a lovely nap and feel revitalized. I arrived at the lab a little later than usual today. I got held up by the incredibly important task of petting all the cats I saw on the way in. Really crucial stuff. As I enter, I see a large, unmarked wooden box on the table. Morning, Professor. I wasn't expecting you to be working inside me today. I'm not, I'm afraid. I'm actually in rather of a hurry. I need to explain to you a new protocol I'd like you to carry out for me. He opens the lidded crate. Inside are small rows of clear bottles, each containing white fluid. What's it? What's this? Milk? No, these are samples from our offshore labs. Samples of what? So many questions. Curiosity is a marvelous trait for a scientist. Now, I want you to run some tests on these. I want you to check on how they respond to contact with compound 1618-4. I noticed how he defiantly evaded my question. Once you've done that, provided that there's no complications, I need to apply some of the samples of the cats and record the results. I beg your pardon? Apply the samples to the cats, Lola. We're looking for a specific reaction. Of course, but I thought I'd have a little bit more information before I started applying untested products to living subjects. Look, Lola, I understand you're concerned, of course. I do. However, once in a while, one has to trim the red tape. And this is one of those occasions. Now, I really am in the most awful rush, my dear. But I have complete faith in you. I am suddenly alone. I pick up the samples from the box. I look at the miniature milk bottles, but the fluid inside is creamier than milk. I retrieve the compounds from the cabinet. The professor wanted me to test, and spend some time combining them with the samples. From what I could tell, the compounds are some kind of organic material. No one told me where they are from or what they actually are. Look under the microscope one by one, and add the little samples bit by bit, like glue. So it's so hard to get it combined. But once I do, something odd happens. The dead cells that make up the compound start to move. Sadly, they aren't coming back to life exactly, but they're behaving like living cells. I have no idea what the stuff is or intend to use, but I do know that I feel uncomfortable applying it to living subjects. I look at the cats in their cages and look back at me with trusting eyes. I don't know what to do. I'd rather refuse. Because I am literally turning to a cat after them, so. No, I'm not going to do it. If the professor continues to withhold information, I think it's only right that I put the responsibility back on him. He can carry it out, this procedure himself. I send Paul Per a message on my catalog. Professor, I feel I cannot continue in my test today until I understand the implications of what I'm being asked to do to the cat. I don't get a reply right away. Eventually, the catalog beeps Professor Palper replies, "Oh dear, that's disappointing. I'd be happy to comply if you just give me a little more information. If you recall having such difficulties carrying out your own duties, perhaps it would be best for me to find someone who's better equipped." I feel the lidded threat. I'm sorry you see that way, sir. I love my job here, but this oversteps a personal boundary. Collect your things. You can catch the boat in the morning. I can't quite believe it. What's happening? I'm really heading home already. I went to see the professor in his tent last night to discuss our different opinions. I was hoping to straighten things out so I could continue working here, but he wasn't there. I received a curt message from him asking that I be on the boat the first thing in the morning. So here I am, taking the jetty where the boat is waiting for me. I feel very alone in the morning mess. No one to wave me off in the oh well, too late for regrets. How shall I focus on the excitement of returning to my old life? Strange, even after a short time, I can't remember much about my life before. Joe, the ferryman's son, take my bags and help me onto the boat. That was quick. Drink all the boss's whiskey or something? Something. He looks at me suspiciously. Must be bad then, playing with the cats instead of working. Let's go, shall we? I just can't wait to get home. And where would that be? Home. You know where your home is, don't you? Don't be daft. For some reason my mind won't focus. I can't seem to remember. Where then? Don't worry. We'll just sit there for a moment. Dad? The old man comes out of the cabin on the deck. Got a problem here, son? I reckon so. This one can't even remember her own name. What? This can't. Before I answer, the old man pulls out what looks like a gun from his coat, and it's aiming at me. Not personal, Lola. We just have to take precautions. Can't have any problems reaching the mainland now, can we? Oh shit! Okay. I was not expecting that ending. Oh shit! Jesus Christ. Oh god. Ending achieved. You've been sacked. That's not how it should be read. It should have been, you've been shot. Jesus Christ. Holy shit. I was not expecting that. Holy shit. Oh, man, that game went dark real fucking quick. Alright, I think I'm going to end it here, because that puts 2 hours on this video, and if I upload it to YouTube, it'll actually work out nicely. So, we're gonna stop stream here. Holy shit, that ending though. Poor Lola. Yeah, I was not. That game literally went dark very fucking quickly. God damn. Alright. Bye, everybody.